The Green Bay Packers, world champions in 1965, a time-hardened team that attained greatness in the face of adversity.
And if we had a weakness on that team, it is that maybe we would lose just a little bit of concentration. But all we had to do was go to the West Coast and beat the 49ers, and we went out there and got tied, which allowed the Colts to slip in the back door and to come to Green Bay with a chance to take the Western Division.
By tying Green Bay, the 49ers have forced a divisional playoff between the Packers and the Colts.
If you followed the season with the Packers and the Colts, I mean, it was pretty much every year there had been some challenge.
And so we had to have this playoff game, and it was very, very difficult. The Colts were an outstanding team, and we had tremendous respect for them, had fierce rivalry with them there for a number of years.
On the game's first scrimmage play, a fiery Baltimore defense shocks the sellout crowd at Lambeau Field. Lenny Lyles jolts Bill Anderson, and Don Shinnick reaps the reward. Dennis Galvis and Jim Welsh clear the path. Shinnick scores, and the Colts have stung the Packers to take an early 7-0 lead.
And I throw a pass off to our left side. It's deflected and intercepted, and so I'm sprinting over there to try to make the tackle, and in the process get hit in the back by one of their guys leading the interceptor down the field. I think what happened later, I wasn't sure at the time, but I had broken a rib. And the pain was just excruciating, and so I had to come out of the game.
Bart was out. He just simply, his ribs were bruised so severely he couldn't play. So Zeke Bratkowski came in and, as always, did a great job, but we didn't score many points.
What I'm pointing out is how great Zeke Bratkowski was, because he was not only a personal tutor to me, but he was a tremendous asset to the entire team, because should something happen, bang, he steps in and plays like gangbusters every time. I was just blown away, and that's just one of the reasons that I've come to respect him so much over the years. Not only is he a super gentleman, he's like a brother, and has been for years, but this guy was such a clutch performer that you could have a tweak of something happening, and he steps in as though nothing is changing, and it didn't. In fact, he may have taken it to another level many times.
As the game wore on and we were down by 3, Zeke and the offense got a drive going. We went in for a 27-yard field goal, which was a gimme with Don Chandler. He kicked it. It was called good. I had been grabbed and pulled to the ground, so I never saw the kick. A lot of people through the years have asked me if that kick were good, and I don't know. But I do know this. Don turned around and kicked the ground and grimaced and threw his head back. He had kicked the ball, kept his head down. It was a short field goal, and when he looked up, it was beyond the uprights, but it was clearly outside, and he thought he had missed it. Bart Starr, who was the holder and had the best seat in the house, said it was absolutely good, went right over the upright, and Bart doesn't lie about anything.
In those days, the uprights on the goalposts were not as high as they are today. They were changed after that season because of that, I think. But at any rate, the ball goes through, and it's well inside. It certainly wasn't outside at all. At the most, it's just a fraction inside of it.
I could understand Baltimore challenging whether it was good. They took that very badly. I know Matty was quarterbacking for them this year. I mean, he came back on the field in the next series, and he was flat out angry at what had happened.
And that tied the game. Then we proceeded to go into the longest overtime ever up till that point. Just back and forth in the slop and the mud, and finally Zeke Bratkowski got another drive going.
Bratkowski sets himself. He fires a pass out to the right side. It is complete to Carroll Dale. The Packers are now within field goal range. Bill Curry gets over the ball at center. Bart Starr will kneel at the 25-yard line. Starr stretches out the hand. There's the snap. The boot. The ball is in the air. It is good. The Green Bay Packers are the Western Division champions by a score of 13-10 over the Baltimore Colts.
After that Colt game, disputed field goal. It was a subject of conversation all year long, how they had outplayed us in that game, and that field goal was 3 feet wide, and we all saw Chandler turn and kick the ground. And man, we can't wait to play the Packers the next time.
This is Chuck Thompson saying hello from Milwaukee County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where tonight a record crowd of 48,650 look on for the vaunted rematch of the year between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Colts.
They were bound and determined that they were going to come to Green Bay and they would blow us off the field. Well, what they didn't count on is that we needed to show the Baltimore coach that for any given day, at the same time, we probably expect to beat you. We took that attitude from opening play through the end of the game, and as I recall, we put a pretty good whipping on them.
Unitas is back to throw. Looking downfield to pick up his receiver. Penalty marker drop, but the pass is intercepted by linebacker Cappy of the Green Bay Packers. Moving beautifully for a big man, 240 pounds, Cappy takes it all the way for a Green Bay score.
Coach Lombardi, he would say things like, if Unitas gets hot, we're going to be in trouble. He's that good. And we think we got some tips on him, and if we can take advantage of him, we can turn the tables and really demoralize them, and that's what happened.
With a minute and 13 seconds remaining in the half, Unitas is again back to throw, looking for Raymond Berry. Picked off beautifully by Jeter of the Green Bay Packers, and no one will get anywhere near it. And just like that, the Packers have turned the fortunes of this ball game.
But I remember that the guys were saying, we probably won't hear a lot more about the field goal. If they want to play again, we're going to play again later this year, and we'll just settle things on the field.